Hey guys, welcome to Brick Hub, and this is going to be my 2022 collection tour. This is going to be all my Legos, my action figures, whether it's 6-inch scale or even 12-inch. You know, I definitely have a lot of minifigures. I've changed up my display for my Lego sets as well. But anyways, I'm going to walk you guys through it, and as always, if you guys enjoy this channel, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below to let me know what you think, and subscribe to this channel, and check out our Instagram page. So I think we should start off with the minifigures first because, you know, that's kind of what this channel is all about, is the Legos. And in particular, I have a pretty extensive superhero minifigure collection. I guess I also have a lot of Star Wars as well. But anyways, we're starting at the top with Superman. This one right here, this was, I guess, the Rebirth Superman that was introduced in the DC minifigures series. I think that one's one of my favorites. And then the Clark Kent in the back, that was with the movie. Wonder Woman, honestly, all the Wonder Womans are really good. It's just too bad that they don't really have I don't know, I just feel like they're not as unique, but certainly more unique than all the Supermans there, because they have reused a lot of bodies for Superman. And then we have Aquaman, that's the Comic-Con Aquaman on the left, and then we have the one in the minifigure series, and then the original Aquaman that came with the Mr. Freeze, and then that is the one that came with Black Manta. And then we have Martian Manhunter, and this is the classic Martian Manhunter, and then that's the New 52 Martian Manhunter that was part of the Justice League of America. One of my favorite, you know, original Justice League characters. We have 4 different versions of the Flash. So I didn't really like the Justice League movie the first time it came out with Joss Whedon, but when the remake, or I guess, I don't know, I guess it's just the Zack Snyder's cut. It's not like a remake, but at the same time, it's kind of the same movie. But when that came out, I absolutely had to hunt down all the different live action version. Well, I guess it was just one live action version, but all the different versions of the Flash, and this minifigure does not disappoint. It is a very impressive minifigure. And then we have the Comic-Con Green Lantern here. On the left side, the original Green Lantern, then the Apocalypseburg Green Lantern, and then we have Jon Stewart, Jessica Cruz, Simon Baz, Plastic Man, which, I mean, what a crazy minifigure. It was kind of amazing that it was part of like a GameStop giveaway with one of the Lego games, but an awesome character that really otherwise would never have been brought to life. And then we have Hawkman, who we're going to see more of in the Black Adam movie. The Black Adam trailer, or the teaser trailer, showed like 2 seconds of him, and he looked awesome. And then we have Black Canary with one of the best alternate faces for a superhero character. We have Firestorm, Rex Mason, or Metamorpho. We have Hawkgirl in the back. Supergirl. We have Green Arrow. Oh yeah, I have my Comic-Con exclusive version somewhere else. That's the Comic-Con Shazam, and then the 3 versions of Shazam that came in various different sets, and they're really barely different, so it's pretty much all three different versions of the same minifigure. But we have 2 versions of Cyborg, Katana, Mr. Miracle, that's Black Vulcan, and then we have El Dorado. And then coming down over here, we have the Apache Chief, the Wonder Twins with the Wonder Dog, and I do have 2 of the Jokers here that came with the, or were, you know, in the Lego Batman movie. This is the Disco Joker from the Friends Are Family thing at the end of the movie, and then this is the main Joker. The reason, I just don't know where to put these. Like, I don't want to just put them standing here because I feel like that would permanently damage these tailcoats, and I'm like super OCD, so that would just drive me insane. Below them we have some of the villains. We have Lex Luthor. So this was a cool one because this one came with a game, but basically this is Lex Luthor from the end of New 52 when he sort of joined the Justice League, and I don't know if I was a big fan of that story arc, but it was really cool to get it in minifigure form. We have the live action, or Zack Snyderverse, Lex Luthor with his hair. We have Brainiac, General Zod. I think this the Armored General Zod is one of the most underrated superhero minifigures out there, and it's, I don't know, I think at the time people were just kind of meh about the Man of Steel movie, and I think it's starting to get a little bit more popularity, but awesome minifigure. We have the Comic Con exclusive Bizarro. This is Lobo, the main man, and some Aquaman villains, Black Manta and Ocean Master. For those of you guys that don't know, I am a huge Aquaman fan, and so it's really cool to get both of them in minifigure form, and because these are arguably the most important Aquaman villains. We have 3 different versions of Cheetah, including the live action one, Maxwell Lord, which this one really doesn't look like Pedro Pascal, so I mean, I could go either way with this one. Reverse Flash is an awesome one. Strangely jumped up in price a lot recently. I'm not exactly sure why, because it kind of sat on shelves for a long time, and then now everybody wants it. Captain Cold is another great one. This is Captain Boomerang, but the second Captain Boomerang, I can't remember his name right now. And we have Trickster, Sinestro in his classic and his more modern outfits, Deadshot, the more popular Captain Boomerang, the Digger Harkness version, and then we have Killer Frost, Bronze Tiger, and Harley Quinn, and then we have Gentleman Ghost and Deathstroke. And this was kind of interesting. Like, it's kind of surprising to me how many Suicide Squad members that the Lego group actually made. And I have some other characters that I'll go over soon that were also Suicide Squad members at one point, but these were just kind of the more classic characters. And then we have Joker. This is the one with the Wolverine hair is the original, so pretty exciting collectible. And we have the sorta Killing Joke one that was included with the first Lego Batman video, or the Lego Batman minifigure series. And then we have the Dark Knight Returns Joker, and then we have the Jack Nicholson, and then the Cesar Romero classic, and then Heath Ledger. We have, oh man, I forget his name. I think it was like Larry the Boombox guy, and then some goon. And then Two-Face. I don't have the Lego movie version, but I need to get it. That's the Penguin on the end there. And then we have more versions of the Penguin. I always like to imagine this one is the classic Tim Burton Batman, I think it was Batman Returns, Danny DeVito Penguin, but it looks super similar to that, and so that's kind of what I imagine it is. We have the Penguin from The Batman that comes out this year. We have some Catwoman's. Honestly, all of them have been pretty good. This is the one I like the least. This is the latest one. I'm gonna hold out judgment until I see the movie, because the movie looks really good, but the minifigure just doesn't look anything like that character from the trailers, in my opinion. Mr. Freeze is also another really good one. We have the original in the back, but I don't think that one was really that good. But the ones that followed up, like this one, is one of my favorites. An amazing Mr. Freeze. Then we have Poison Ivy, Riddler, Harley Quinn, and this is just like the classic Joker goon Harley Quinn, as opposed to the Suicide Squad version up here. And then we have Scarecrow, I think, who is one of my favorite Batman villains and extremely underrated. Hopefully they will keep making more of him. Then we have Bane, Firefly, or sorry, not Firefly, that's Killer Moth. Then Man-Bat, Polka Dot Man, who was kind of like the standout in the Suicide Squad movie recently, Calendar Man, Condiment King, King Tut, Egghead, Zodiac Man, the Mutant Leader from Dark Knight Returns. A really awesome minifigure. Kind of crazy that they made such an obscure old character. And then Zebra Man, Catman of the Secret Six, Mime, the Talons, the Kabuki twins, and then you have Omac. And then on the next row we have Dr. Phosphorus, who I'm glad we got the character, but I would have preferred it to be translucent or glow in the dark or something. I mean, they did a good job, but I don't know. It was a little bit disappointing for me. Then Ra's al Ghul and his daughter Talia, Clock King, Tarantula, the original Red Hood that kind of becomes the Joker, Crazy Quilt, Magpie, Orca, and then the Calculator, Hugo Strange. Another really, I don't know, it was kind of a surprise that they ever made him, in my opinion, but a pretty important character in the context of Arkham Asylum and Blackgate. And then we have the Eraser, Kite Man, and this is the Batman animated show. Oh, now I want to call him Killer Moth. Oh, Firefly. That's which was really cool because, and just like the Kabuki twins, that this was a very particular appearance of the Fireflies. So I was really excited that we got that. Then we have March Harriet and some parademons from the Zack Snyder Justice League movie. And now we're starting to move into Marvel. We have a bunch of Spider-Mans. This one right here is the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. I took the cape off because it was just like, man, this is such a great Spider-Man minifigure. I mean, look at that sidearm printing. And then we have the new Spider-Man and his amazing friend Spider-Man. Then we have Big Time Spider-Man, Homecoming Spider-Man. And this is, I guess, Peter Parker in the Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider suit. And then we have actual Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider in the back. We have Spider-Man 2099, Ghost Spider or Spider-Gwen, Iron Spider, Miles Morales, and that's Spider-Man Noir, Spider or Ultimate Spider-Woman, Aunt May, and Green Goblin, Kraven the Hunter, Sandman, Scorpion, that is Venomized Spider-Ham, this is Black Cat, Vulture, Mysterio, Rhino. Very exciting that we finally got one. I was kind of hoping for a big fig, but I'll take this as well. Hobgoblin, Dr. Octopus, Venom, Carnage, Daredevil, Blade, the Punisher, the Johnny Blaze version of Ghost Rider, Firestar, Hulk, Power Man, Falcon, Red She-Hulk, Thor, Black Panther, Hawkeye, Black Widow, a couple of Nick Furies, Rescue, and White Tiger and Captain Marvel. Next, we're going to be moving on to my Batman minifigure collection, and probably the pride jewel of my collection. But anyways, we have some of the early Batmans. A lot of the early Batmans were pretty boring, honestly, and didn't have too much variation. This was from one of the encyclopedias, the Electro Batman. I think that was the first sort of wacky Batman we had. Oh, I guess this right here was the Comic-Con Batman. But even then, it was just pretty boring. And then we had the Arctic Batman, Christopher Nolan, or Christian Bale Batman, Scuba Batman, the Dark Knight... I think this was Dark Knight. Yeah, Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises Batman. Then this was Space Batman. Then we started to get more of the comic book stuff. This was the New 52 Batman. We have Bat Zorro, then Lego Movie Batman, and then Armored Batman from BVS. Just the regular Batman from BVS. The classic TV series Batman. Then we have Pirate Batman. Gas Mask Batman, that is the Desert Batman when he was rescuing Robin from Ra's al Ghul. Tartan Batman, the gold one's the Batpack, and then we have another Scuba Bat suit there, or Scoo Bat suit I think is what it was called. That's the Raging Bat. So it's kind of hard to see back there. Maybe I had these bunched up together too much. And then, you know, the Lego Batman movie gave us so many new suits, and that was definitely a pretty good blessing for a Batman collector. Then more Batfleck, the one at the end of the Lego Batman movie, Lobster Loving Batman, the Hair Metal Batman, Pink Power Batman or Fairy Batman. This was Clan of the Cave. So this one was really cool because this really only had one major comic book appearance, and it was supposed to be like a dream sequence or something. And I remember reading it back in the day, but I don't remember too much about it anymore. But pretty amazing that happened. And this is one of my favorites. This is the Vacation Batman, Excalibur Batman. Then we have the 4 from the Bricktober set. I don't know. Looking back at the time, it was like, oh man, these are so crazy, so interesting. But now it's kind of like, you know, we've gotten some crazy ones, so not that big a deal. And then this was the Batcave extension. trio, I guess, space bat suit in the back, and then the Reggae Man Batman. And then we have another armored Batman, but this one's based on the comics. The Nightmare Sequence Batman, Sinestro Corps Batman, and then this was the one that came in the remote-controlled car, but I like to imagine this is the Arkham Knight Batman, because honestly, if you look at his pattern, it looks pretty much exactly like it did in the game. Then we have Mermaid and Beach Batman. Then we have the Batman from the Lego Movie 2, and it was pretty cool because they made two versions of this one that was pretty easily attainable, and then one in the more expensive set that had dual molding and sidearm printing. I thought that was a pretty cool way of them to make it more accessible to people in a way. That's the Bachelor Batman in the back, the white one, and then we have Rebirth Batman, and you can tell it's Rebirth because it has the yellow around the bat symbol. And then the Keaton Batman, another one of my favorites. This is the original first appearance Batman. And then a couple just random Rebirth versions of Batman. And then we have the Hush Batman there. And then we have another classic TV series Batman. Then we have the Batman Begins Batman with his alternate head. I really, really like the fact that they gave him the Scarecrow, or like the Fear Toxin head. And then that's the Batman Dark Knight version of Batman from the new Tumblr, and then that's the Batman. And then moving over from the Batmans, we have kind of an extra here that's the Keychain Batman. I just pulled out the keychain and then put a different head on it. I'm really surprised that they never actually made an official minifigure for this one, because this was an awesome figure. And then we have the Comic-Con exclusive Jean Grey Phoenix. And then we have some other heroes here. We have the Bat Family, Robin, Nightwing, which is, I guess, the same thing. Dick Grayson Robin's right here. And then we have the Jason Todd Robin, which basically it's just the red mask that makes him significant. And then Red Hood in the back, which one of my favorite minifigures, highly underrated, I think. Then we have the Tim Drake Robin, which I think they might have made two versions of. And then we have some Damian Waynes. It was kind of weird that they made one and then immediately after released one with the new like 1.5 stud legs that you know you can bend. Kind of weird, but I don't know, I guess it's better for play. And then we have a bunch of Batgirls, and as crazy as it seems, I actually still prefer the original Barbara Gordon Batgirl. Well, I guess these are all Barbara Gordon, but I still think it's the best Batgirl that they've ever made. And the Batman movie ones were really good too. At least this one was. I didn't think we needed a scuba version or a beach version of Batgirl or this pink one, but whatever, not a big deal. And then we had the Batman Fan Club version of Batgirl, and then Batwoman, kind of a surprise inclusion. I didn't ever expect them to make her because she really hasn't been relevant in comics for a pretty long time. So I don't know, I guess I thought it was kind of obscure. Huntress is another one that maybe it was because of the Birds of Prey movie, but Huntress, an awesome character, very significant in Hush. Then we have Batmite, Alfred Pennyworth, Commissioner Gordon, the Bat Hound Ace. We have, he's one of the prison guards at Blackgate, but I cannot remember his name right now. But Aaron Cash, I think, something Cash, but he has his hook hand because it was bitten off by Killer Croc. We have Vicky Vale from the '89 Batman movie, Bruce Wayne, I guess Dick Grayson without his costume, a cop, a firefighter. I think this was Mayor Caskill or something like that. It was from the Lego Batman movie. We have the Jay Garrett Flash in the back, Stargirl, Jor-El, and this was pretty cool because we got the classic Jor-El played by Marlon Brando, and then the new one played by Russell Crowe. And then Crypto the Superdog, Lois Lane, Lightning Lad, and Cosmic Boy. We definitely need at least Saturn Girl so that we have at least the original 3 Legion of Superheroes characters. I absolutely love the show, and we need more of those. Then we have Superboy and Beast Boy. And then we have Starfire, Raven, the Teen Titans version of Cyborg, Bumblebee, Blue Beetle, Mara, and some Atlanteans. We have another Bruce Wayne, and the new Andy Serkis version of Alfred Pennyworth, and then the new Commissioner Gordon. And then below that we have some of the more popular minifigures in my collection. It's the Iron Mans. I'm not gonna list all of them all because, to be honest, I don't remember all the numbers just by looking at them, but yeah, I'm just gonna start on the left with the original and then kind of shift over to the right. I do not have every Iron Man like I do have every Batman, but you know, I've got most of them. Then we got the War Machine, Rescue, Captain America, Scarlet Witch, Wong from the Bricktober pack, Captain Marvel in her first suit, then Ant-Man, like that's Hank Pym, and then the mini Ant-Man there, the trophy size is Scott Lang, Scott Lang, Yelena Belova, we have Ned, young Nick Fury, Maria Hill, Adrian Killich, the Mandarin, or Trevor, really. Then we have the Winter Soldier. I want to say this is also from the Bricktober pack. A couple goons, Captain America and Thor from the game, Pepper Potts, Shocker from the first Spider-Man movie, Obadiah Stane, Sylvie, Loki, Zombie Cap, Black Panther, or that's T'Challa as Star-Lord. Then we have Gamora, Captain America after Sam Wilson takes over the role, the new Bucky, Peggy Carter, Monica Rambeau, MODOK, Scarlet Witch. This is my favorite Scarlet Witch because I'm a huge X-Men fan, and this one kind of reminds me more of the comic book version of her. And then we have the White Vision, Thanos, and Taskmaster, and I forgot that I put some right above here because I kind of ran out of space, but we have Red Skull, Throg, or the Frog Thor, and then Hyperion and Loki. And this is my final cabinet of just minifigures, and this is mostly just like movies and other pop culture, but we have the Ninja Turtles, SpongeBob, Looney Tunes. These were pretty new. I forget if I did a review of them, but these were really cool to get. Adventure Time, the Powerpuff Girls, Mr. T, David Hasselhoff from Knight Rider. I forget his character's name. Then we have The Friends, Big Bang Theory, Sesame Street, Doctor Who, and then some Stranger Things characters. I actually haven't seen the third season. I was like a really big fan of the show, the first season, and I think the second season, but I just like stories to end, and I just feel like they're gonna keep milking it because, you know, it's making money. And then we have the Lone Ranger and Tonto, Sloth from the Goonies, E.T., Beetlejuice, Gremlins, Lord of the Rings, the Wizard of Oz. These were also really cool characters. I really applaud Lego for making a complete set of, you know, the original, or like the 4 characters, because Lego does this stuff a lot where they'll just make part of a team, and also sorry for the shaky cam because like I'm holding this up with my arms and I'm really struggling to keep it stable. But we have Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible, and then Indiana Jones, Jack Sparrow, then the Minions, Shell from Portal. We have Diva and Tracer from Overwatch, and Steve from Minecraft, Sonic, and D'Artagnan from Dazdan from Prince of Persia. And then moving down from the movie and video game characters, we have the Disney characters, starting off with Toy Story, probably my favorite Disney property. I mean, I still remember seeing the first one at I think it was a drive-in theater, and I had the films on VHS, and The Incredibles were also amazing. Probably my second favorite property of Disney's. And then we have Frozen, Nightmare Before Christmas, Stitch, Aladdin, Sleeping Beauty or Maleficent, but I was kind of surprised they never made a Sleeping Beauty minifigure. They only had the mini doll, Mickey Mouse, and friends, I'll just say. Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, Hades, Hercules, Duck McScrooge or Scrooge McDuck, and then we have Ariel, Ursula, and Chip and Dale, who are getting a new movie. And here's kind of how they all look right here. This is my home office / studio. I keep these all in the case, and then we're gonna move over to the action figure. So starting off at the top, I have some 7-inch Ultimates TMNT. I love the Ninja Turtles, and I really fell in love with them when the original WB Kids or Warner Brothers Kids 2003 TMNT show started. I never really liked the original TMNT show before that one, because it was just too campy for me, but the 2003 show was really good. And then we have a Mezco symbiote Spider-Man. This is a really great figure, and probably the best posing Spider-Man, I think, of the Mezco line. We have some Fantastic Four. I do have Invisible Woman in the package, but I still need to open it, but it's just the head sculpt is so bad. And then we have the PulseCon exclusive Dave Filoni or Trapper Wolf, some vintage collection characters, that's Darth Vader, the droid C-3PO, and the Stormtroopers. And so this is the first cabinet. We have some of the DC heroes. Flash is one of the really rare popular DC characters that it cost me quite a bit to get because I didn't get into Mezco until many years into the hobby. Dr. Fate I picked up recently, really cool. We have Batman. This is the Sovereign Knight. I forget which version it's called. Maybe it's just the MDX or the Mezco exclusive, but look at that head sculpt. I mean, that just looks so good. Green Arrow looks really good. Another really rare figure. Shazam, a great figure. This was one of the originals along with Flash and Green Arrow. And then the Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan. We really need more Justice League characters and just DC heroes in general. But the selection we have now is pretty good. They just need to pump out more. Then we have some villains. I did put the Supreme Knight Onyx edition, I want to say, or Shadow edition. Oh, that's what this is, Sovereign Knight Onyx edition. But anyways, this is Supreme Knight Batman. This is like the older version, and I kind of have them in this dynamic pose. I love Mezco stands, by the way. These are just super good. I think they're the best figure stands out there. Then we have one of my favorite villains of all time, Deathstroke. They really need to make a Deadshot so we can get more really good villains. Black Adam. This figure has been just shooting up in price a lot lately just because of the movie hype. But highly recommend for anyone who is a DC superhero fan. Then the comic book Harley Quinn, we have Two-Face. This is another great figure. I think super underrated just because people didn't really like that head sculpt, but that's kind of what an acid burn looks like, so I thought it was pretty good. KG Beast, we have Professor Zoom or Reverse Flash, and then we have Mr. Mind, who was featured very briefly at the end of the Shazam movie, so kind of cool to have that in figure form. Then we have the Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader with this amazing diorama stand from episode 5. I mean, just looks really good. This is the 40th anniversary version of him. I just picked this up. I just kind of got into 12-inch scale action figures, and I absolutely love them. Let me know if you guys want to see some reviews of these, because I know that's not really the main focus of the channel, but I think they're just so cool. I mean, look at this Captain Rex. It has, just like the Mezcos, it has cloth goods, but it's a bigger scale, so they can capture a lot more detail. And then below that, we have my Comic-Con exclusive minifigure section here, and sorry about my finger there. I have the cards for every single Comic-Con exclusive minifigure that I have, and I have every single Comic-Con exclusive DC minifigure ever made, so that's been really cool. It's I feel tremendously blessed to be able to collect such lucrative items. But anyways, we have Zebra Batman, the Supergirl from DC Fandom, the PS4 Spider-Man, and then the PS5, or I guess it was also on PS4, but the Miles Morales suit. That is such a good Miles Morales, and this PS4 Spider-Man's good, but not anywhere near as good as this Miles Morales minifigure. I mean, the printing is just out of this world, and this one has been climbing in value like crazy. I never expected that one to become as popular, but it's a very high quality minifigure. And we have some of the DC CW show characters here. I never really liked the CW shows, but you know, I had to have a complete collection. So then we have Black Suit Superman and Batman of Zoronar, which was my first Comic-Con minifigure ever. And then we have Green Arrow, probably the most valuable DC minifigure that I own, next to the Superman. And so this is the next cabinet here, and you might see that there's a little bit of mixed media in the sense that I have both Marvel Legends and Mezco. Obviously the Mezcos are much higher quality, and this Gambit, this was my first Mezco figure ever. I just can't believe that in 6-inch scale they were able to achieve just so much detail. What an amazing figure. But anyways, this is, so I guess I forgot to preface, I'm a huge X-Men fan, but these are just some really, really great figures. I really want to collect more X-Men, and hopefully Mezco will give us more. That Professor X and the Cyclops Colossus from Marvel Legends are also real good strong standouts. I really like that Cyclops. A lot of people complained about that in Mezco because he had just too many Mezco-isms, like the extra printing on his shirt, and then he didn't have the yellow trunks. Then we have X-Force on the right side. Cable, you know, he's a little bit small, but I thought he looked really, really good. I really like that Wolverine. Legion is another really good Marvel Legends that I think was kind of underrated because he was just kind of an out there character that isn't super present in the comics. He's only had a few really significant stories. And then we have Deadpool, of course, which is another amazing figure. I mean, look at that pose, and again, these stands are so good. Like, that pose he's able to hold while he's running. And then we have Headpool. Then we have the X-Men villains, or the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And I mean, well, I guess these are all Marvel Legends except for that Magneto, but look at that design there. I'm trying to get my camera in, but it's I don't know. It's not just like a flat thing. It's very, very multi-dimensional, three-dimensional, and the Magneto, like that cape, the wires, I mean, everything just looks super good. And then below that, we have the Hot Toys Iron Spider, one of the greatest figures I would say ever made. This was my first Hot Toys figure ever, and man, it just sucked me in. I really only meant to get one at first, and I was just like, oh, these are way better than I thought. And I mean, just look at that, and like he's shooting his web, and that flight stand, I mean, crazy. It looks so good. Anyways, with those cabinets closed, we're moving over to this side here, and so I have some I probably have too many Legos because I honestly don't know where to put all this stuff sometimes. And I do have Sheriff Deadpool there, another Green Arrow. This one is my brother's, and I have an extra arsenal there for my brother. My brother really, really likes some of those characters. I guess he really likes the bow and arrow characters or something. But anyways, and another Zebra Batman for my brother. The Sheriff Deadpool is also my brother's, but I hold on to it for him, and it looks really, really good. And then we have this cabinet here with a lot more Lego. And oh, I guess at the top I have some unopened Black Series figures. I have the entire Bad Batch so far, and I'm gonna keep collecting that line. And then we have Cad Bane, Ahsoka from Rebels, and then Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader. I just love the way that these boxes, like, you just put them next to each other and they all line up to make one complete image. Anyways, below I have the Simpsons house, we have the Avengers Tower, we have Tron in the back. I'm not a super tall person, so I probably should put that in a more accessible area. Some Toy Story characters that didn't fit in the other cabinet, and then Winnie the Pooh. And moving down here, we have the Simpsons Quickie Mart, and I just didn't have enough space, so I ended up putting a bunch of the minifigures in here. I really don't know where the best place to display them is. So if you guys have any ideas, definitely let me know. We have the new Sonic Ideas set, a really awesome set. I do think it's a little bit overpriced, but man, it just looks so good, and it really captures the feel of the video game. Then we have Jurassic Park characters. I don't have all of them, and I need to get around to that. The Ghostbusters, and then the DeLorean. Yeah, really great. The Ghostbusters, I used to have the Ghostbusters headquarters, but I actually ended up selling it recently, and you know, I hate parting with things from my collection, but the Ghostbusters Firehouse HQ, I think I got something like $700 for it recently. Like, it's just like when prices get too out of control, I just, it's hard for me to justify holding on to them. And then we have the latest modular, which I think is really great. We have Holiday Gomez from Mezco. I never really thought I would get into the unlicensed stuff, but man, this is just such a cool figure. I'll probably put it back out on full display over there when the holidays come around again. Then we have Scooby-Doo. This is probably my favorite part of my collection. Scooby-Doo was what actually got me out of my Lego Dark Ages, and it was because of the Mystery Machine. So I actually went into, oh, well, it was Scooby-Doo and The Simpsons, actually. The Simpsons house. But I bought the Mystery Machine. I was like, oh man, these are really great, and I love Scooby-Doo. Like, all generations of the show, I'll watch them over and over, and then just keep them on in the background. And I mean, the minifigures, they had alternate heads that revealed the actual characters, and all of these are real characters from the show, or villains from the show, which is just so amazing to me. Then we have the Flintstones, another one of my favorites. I really love Hanna-Barbera, if you can't tell. So hopefully we get the Jetsons as well. These are the keychains, and this was like the Han Solo and Carbonite. They're super heavy and inconvenient, and then the brick. But you know, I just like that sort of stuff. Then we have classic TV, Batcave. I don't know. I really liked this set, but people did not seem to. I guess it's getting kind of cluttered here because I didn't really even know where to put these like finish line or starting line things for the Speed Champions. But I have some Speed Champions back there. It's the Jaguar and the Lamborghini Urus, and then the Ford Bronco in the front. I really love the new Speed Champions line. I absolutely love that they're going 8 stud wide. I mean, I think you get so much more detail. Then we have the Wayne Manor build from the classic TV series. We have some of the DC Big Figs. I'm only missing the other Killer Croc from Lego Batman movie, and then we have Thanos. We have the new Tumbler, classic TV series Batmobile. We have the new, wait a second. This was the Batmobile that was released about 2 years ago. Not based on anything other than the original UCS Batmobile. That was an original design as well. The Batwing, then we have the new Batcave that I didn't really like at first, but when I actually built it, I don't know, I think it's highly underrated. Very nice. And then we have the new Batmobile for Robert Pattinson, and then we have the other Speed Champions. So I have every Speed Champions ever since they went 8 stud wide, and if Lego keeps up the quality, I'm gonna keep buying them. I mean, they are super great. And just so you guys have an idea of what my studio looks like, this is that shelf. This is a Billy bookcase, by the way, from IKEA. Those are Detolfs from IKEA. Then we have my minifigure cases, and then a bookcase with movies, and then my studio. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of where I film everything. I still haven't found space for everything, so I gotta figure out what to do with those. But anyways, we're gonna go to my other room. So this is my other bedroom that I kind of just use to store everything, and I have this Millennium Falcon in this Brick Kingdom case, and man, it looks really good. It's on a flight stand as well from Brick Kingdom. I think there are other companies that do very similar products, but highly recommend Brick Kingdom. This was pretty expensive, but I think totally worth it. I do think it got a little bit overcrowded because I started just putting everything under glass because I didn't want it to catch any dust. But we have the Rogue One Y-Wing, the 25th anniversary or 20th anniversary Snow Speeders, and then we have the Slave one. I really need to bring that out. That's honestly one of my most popular video. It is the most popular video on this channel, other than my Batman minifigure collection, because of the seismic charges. And then we have Luke's land speeder, and then I forget if I have anything. Oh yeah. So I have the A-Wing on this side, and that's pretty much it. And that's it for my collection video, and you know, you guys might be able to tell that my collection is just getting way too big for me to make these more specific videos, but if you guys want to see those, definitely let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this collection walkthrough, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys enjoy this sort of content, please continue to subscribe, smash that like button, and comment down below to let me know what you think. And thanks guys, bye.